Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to this week's WARNO dev blog. I hope everyone is doing well. Before we get into the dev blog, I'm going to say now, and I will also repeat at the end, there is an upcoming charity event on the 27th and 28th of May, once again for Action Against Hunger, like it was last year, which raised more than $2,100, which was fantastic from the community. It's once again being set up by SD League and Protozoca, so please do join in, come along, watch. Even just being there really helps a lot because it means more people then come into the event, watch the streams, and are more likely to donate. I will leave the links to the charity tournament and also the fundraiser down below so you can have a look at that yourself. I will note, just for the avoidance of any confusion, this is not an event organized by UGen. They are supporting it in that they want to support these types of events, but they aren't organizing it or anything like that. Now on with this week's dev blog. Commanders, it's good to be back. As promised in last week's highlight, today's dev blog is going to be looking at another operation coming to WARNO in the not too distant future, the Kitzingen Ruse. Let's detail exactly how you will play this audacious VDV operation set at the very beginning of our World War III scenario. War is coming home. As you know, WARNO's World War III begins on June 21st, 1989. As explained in our previous dev blog, which is highlighting the NATO Operation Backhand Blow. Our missions have not been released or revealed in exact chronological order. However, with Warsaw Pact Kitzingen Ruse, we have a contender for our conflict's very first combat operation. You might recall the Kitzingen Ruse is a critical VDV, or Soviet Airborne Forces mission, deep behind enemy NATO lines. It takes place in the opening hours of our war, with surprise strike from air assault units descending on the outskirts of Würzburg, with several landings in the area envisioned. This medium-sized Bavarian city is located 60 kilometers away from the inner German border. It lies southeast of Frankfurt. The secret surprise attack, while risky if successful, would place the Soviet forces on the doorstep of Würzburg. Taking the city would open up the southern flank to be used by the Soviet army to encircle Frankfurt by rapidly using the multi-lane Bundesautobahn 3 or 3 in the opening days of the war. The next little subheading is the VDV lead the way. The light air assault troops of the VDV lead the attack in the Kitzingen Ruse, specifically the 900th Separate Air Assault Battalion. Their target is a small town of Kitzingen, east of Würzburg, where a bridge over the River Main is a critical objective. If seized and held against the inevitable NATO counterattacks, follow-up ground forces from the 57th Guards Motorized Rifle Division coming from East Germany will provide the necessary reinforcements. The surprise attack would not be easy, but the elite VDV have trained hard in absolute secrecy for such a daring operation. Ferried in by Mi-8 and supported by Mi-24 gunships at treetop height, taking control of the battlefield and then defending for as long as possible, were all mission objectives the Soviet air assault units would have been trained for. Furthermore, the 2S9 Nona mortars, BM-21V Grad V and BMD-1 and BMD-2 fighting vehicles will support the various Desert Niki troops. Local opposition would be the lighter Bundeswehr reserves, such as the Heimatsuchen, though even heavier units from the US 197th Infantry Brigade are likely to make their appearance. In this operation, the nerve-wracking ride towards the target has already been successful, but lo and behold, that was not the most challenging part. The real fight for the Kitzingen bridgehead is about to kick off. As a VDV commander, you'll have access to a wide range of equipment, including light vehicles, AA and artillery units. They might not carry the heaviest guns or the toughest armor, but the experienced soldiers under your command will make do with what they have as they defend against the West German and American forces. The next little subheading is the Kitzingen Ruse in-game. In this operation, you can only gain command points by controlling command zones. However, one of the primary objectives, Dmitry, does not provide any points. The income is critical to deploy a sizable force in the field. Lose too many zones and it will become increasingly more difficult to hold the bridgehead. Extending the perimeter from the Kitzingen Bridge and positioning your troops well will be one of the first objectives. The bridge itself contains the Boris sector, your lifeline for relief forces coming from the opposite bank. You have some light BMD vehicles, but your forces are mostly made up of infantry squads, ATGM teams and recon troops. A defense in depth will be key to success. The command zones, which radiate outwards from the bridge, have a combination of forest, tree lines and settlements, as well as fields. all rather crowded but with good roads. This means the terrain is excellent for infantry ambushes. Be aware the NATO counterattack will begin almost at once. Additional light artillery forces and anti-aliens provide some fire support. Moreover, you'll have several variants of the Mi-24 helicopter gunship at your disposal, but they must be deployed expertly and carefully. Enemy air forces will try to attack your bridgehead with everything they have. The Kitzingen Ruse is not for the faint of heart, as increasing pressure will probably make any commander fall back on their positions, ever closer to the bridge. The aim is to hold on until the reinforcements arrive. If you manage, you'll go down in the history books for being instrumental in the subsequent Soviet success in Sentag's area of West Germany. Part of this little section was also a video made by Eugen Panzer of a little intro to the mission. I've left a link to his video down in the description. Now there is a little note from the dev team, an update on updates. We take our passionate community seriously, especially when it comes to comments and feedback on the current state of the game, new units or nations, changes needed to mechanics or stats, and the like. However, at Eugen, we are only a small team of dedicated developers with multiple feature pipelines, updates and projects happening at the same time, and some things take a bit longer. Yes, you can imagine a Eugen trademark there. Things break, things get delayed, and things need to be redone, all realities of game development. We only want to say that we hear you, Eugen say, especially when talking about balance patches or updates, improvements to existing game modes, or how to make multiplayer even better. But please be respectful to us and other players. Repeatedly demanding changes, unreasonable or demanding remarks, insulting the community, and other childish behaviour will not be respected or tolerated by us, our fans, or our player base. We are hard at work, and only together can we make a better WARNO. We take all constructive criticism to heart, and trust us, we read and check all the feedback. As WARNO is still in early access, frequent updates, patches and changes are to be expected up to the full launch. And after, we will still do patching, so not to worry. We hope to provide you more information on what to expect soon, so once again, please enjoy WARNO, stay cool, calm and collected, Commander. That's not to say you can't criticize the game, guys, because I complain about stuff all the time, but I have a good relationship with Eugen, and you know, there's things that I love about the game, there's things that I think need fixing or adjusting. It is what it is, but you don't need to be abusive about this stuff. Now, as they have here, once again, I'm going to remind you about the Action Against Hunger charity event. They say before we leave you, we have a message from our dedicated Protozocker asking us to spread the word about an upcoming Action Against Hunger charity community tournament. We had a very successful 2022 edition with more than $2,100 raised. Action Against Hunger event is back in the same format, once again playing both Steel Division 2 and WARNO in a competitive setting. You'll be able to support the fundraising effort for the Action Against Hunger charity. The charity tournament event will take place on the 27th and 28th of May. The first day, the 27th, will be exclusively dedicated to Steel Division 2, while the 28th of May will be all about WARNO. You can sign up to the tournament in the link below. You can get more information about the fundraising at the other link below, and we'll be sharing more info leading up to the tournament, as will Protoss, as will I on my channel. Please note, again, the event is not organised by Eugen, but through the community, much like previous editions and other player initiatives. We wholeheartedly support the event. If you have any questions, please contact the organisers directly, aka Protoss or SD League. And that's everything for this week, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more from WARNO, and please do check out some of the other videos I've done this week on various games from Tacticon. There's going to be something there for everyone. Trust me on that.